my channel, which is kind of a strange thing to say because I didn't do very much with it in the first place and have been absent for years, not putting out any videos of any kind. So welcome back not only to you, but also to myself. I don't know where I'm going to take this channel going forward, but I do know that I feel a desire to be of service and to help people feel better. The past couple years since shelter in place have been really difficult, more so than any other time in my life, except maybe adolescence. I felt really disempowered by the entire situation of somebody coming in and telling me I couldn't work and not being able to generate income and take care of myself and my family. And coming out of that situation, it just feels like things are getting harder. On the one hand, we have people and companies that are worth billions or trillions of dollars. And on the other hand, we have a large swath of our population that seems to be struggling just to make ends meet. The whole system feels so out of balance that part of me wants to run away and not even participate. But part of me realizes that I've developed a lot of skills that have to do with wellness and have to do with introspection and have to do with developing my spirituality, my questioning of the meaning of why we're here. And those are some skills that I would like to share. And so I've devoted myself recently to building my business, and that feels really good. There's a lot of passion, there's a lot of motivation that doesn't feel like discipline, so that I look forward to seeing that through. As part of that, I need to show up. I need to actively share the things that I know can help other people. And so I will be showing up to this channel, and I'm saying that on video, not just for you, but for myself, so that there's some accountability on record that I will have to face if I don't. For a while, I did try to use this channel for sharing my yoga teaching. I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. I'm not teaching yoga right now. That's fine. I grieved the loss of that part of my life. I really identified as a yoga teacher. I really loved teaching yoga. I still would love it, I think, if I was doing it. And it was really hard to let go because so many of the coaching gurus out there now talk about perseverance. And in the business world, there's this notion of the dip. And at a certain point, the energy and the motivation start to dip, and the forward progress starts to dip. And that's when a lot of people give up. And if you're feeling the dip, your competition may also be feeling the dip. And so if you can just push through the dip and make it to the other side, that you'll be successful. But these are also the same people that say things like you need to know where you're wasting 80% of your effort and put that energy into the 20% of your effort that's actually yielding results. And so how do you know when something is wasted effort and when you're just in a dip? There's no way really to know. So all that to say that I felt into my own heart and decided that the yoga teaching was not moving me in the direction that I needed to go. So I do have some plans to share my voice teaching on this channel. I'm going to be sending out my newsletter soon and inviting volunteers to receive a number of voice lessons. I'm thinking 4, probably half hour. These will be remote. I will record them with their consent, of course. So the trade will be they get free voice lessons in exchange for allowing me the privilege of using the recording for this channel. So you can look forward to a handful of those, and we'll see where that goes. I might share just tidbits about the voice and about singing. I mean, there's so much out there already anyway that part of me doesn't even want to contribute to the noise of it all. And yet, when I teach, my students consistently have breakthroughs and sing better and have a lot of fun doing it. So I will see if there's something there that is of value to share. My sound healing practice has revived kind of all on its own, which feels really good. So I'm following that thread, and I'm treating it like a spark of divine inspiration. My faith was shaken pretty bad in the past few years, and I really questioned like if there is an organizing, benign, loving force or intelligence that is like responsible for creation, like how could we have ended up in the situation that we find ourselves in? And it was a little dark for a little while, but I feel my mojo coming back, and I feel like my angels are leading me on a path. And so I am going to follow through and step forward and take a risk and follow that path. And so I will maybe share some things about my sound healing and maybe put up some clips of some Tibetan bowls, maybe even some of my singing, we'll see. And lastly, I look forward to sharing my products because I am having such a good time making deodorant. I got really bored with the fragrances that were available in the Natural Deodorant selection. I knew that I wanted to use natural deodorant because of my beliefs around synthetic ingredients and fragrances. And when I couldn't find something that made me happy, I decided to do it myself. And so I developed a base formula that turns out to work really, really well, and then learned about the problems in the industry of natural deodorant that are ineffectiveness. A lot of people just try natural deodorants and it doesn't work for them. And natural deodorant is oil-based, which tends to stain clothing. So I dove into solving those problems, and I'm really happy with the results. And I'm starting to actually get my product out there. Just today, I heard back from my local co-op, and they're going to bring on a few of my fragrances into the store. I opened an Etsy shop. I am selling my deodorant there, and I am also branching out into other products that I believe will be of service to people. There's a lot of sellers and e-commerce experts that talk about how to like reverse engineer your niche and your ideal client, and then you do all these things, and then you get them to love your stuff, and then they buy from you, and then you're successful. And that's fine, and I'm doing my best to learn from these people because that is not in my wheelhouse. That is not what makes me happy. So I'm balancing how do I do what I believe in, what makes me happy, what brings me joy, and what feels like doing good for the planet and for people with building an actual brand and a business. So I'll be sharing about that journey as well. So if you are watching this video, thank you for being here, and I invite you to hold me accountable if you don't hear from me in another week. Comment on this video and say, Sam, where did you go? And I will see you in the next one.